Hey, crypto heads, it's the Goose with the Cryptic Paranormal Show. Welcome to what should hopefully be a fun evening. What's up, Denise? How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Teaching school to us tonight? Is that what's going on?
I'm working off my tablet instead of my laptop, and it apparently doesn't do well unless I'm right next to the Wi-Fi. So here we
I
are.
gotcha. What's up, Heisenberg? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I did want to bring up something real quick.
Yeah.
I noticed in those pictures that you made me the shortest person in the group.
What?
And I am the tallest. So
well, here's the deal. I had to move those things around and edit those things. You cut yourself off a little too short around the waist.
yeah, that's fine.
Plus, I figured you're just hunched down, kind of looking at me like I'm an idiot, like you always do. So
yeah,
I felt it was pretty lifelike.
Yeah, I guess it really is.
Now, in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, he's referencing this picture, our new promo. Denise got the sass going.
It does look like I'm looking at you with a smart ass.
I know, you're like, fuck, jackass. But yeah, I'm doing okay, I guess. You guys know from last week I've been fighting the COVID this week. It's been another rough week, but I'm still alive. Haven't had to go to the hospital for anything.
Good.
So, but just been ups and downs. You know, I've started feeling a little bit better, and then something else happens, and you know, it's just the disease. It's the illness, and all I can tell is everybody, put your fucking mask on, please. It's not over yet. Just because there's shots going around and people are getting vaccinated, it's still going around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I consider myself lucky because unfortunately, as we all know here, and everybody watching, that we are losing a lot of people to this thing, and it's not a good deal. I know we mentioned it last week when Brian and Rochelle were on the show. I was a little bit late getting on, and I kind of missed that section, so I kind of just wanted to, if you guys don't mind, put my own love you out there to Tim Schoon. Got his picture in the back there. I was going to keep it on the rest of the night. Well, he was a great guy. I never met him personally in real life, but we had a lot of conversations on Facebook. And he was just one of those guys that no matter what you thought or did in the paranormal field, he was 100% got your back, supported all of us. Just a wonderful guy, a big heart. I mean, I couldn't say enough good things about him. So he will be missed. So I'm going to keep that picture up in the background. So, you know, we can think about him all night and have the fun that I know he would want us to have. And again, kind of building on that same thing, we also lost another personal friend of mine. I know you, Heisenberg, you met her once or twice. Kathy Young, one of the Mountain Gypsies. Really just a wonderful person, huge heart, was so gifted in healing and what she did with the Mountain Gypsies. They were just wonderful people. And she was a fire. I mean, she's so much fun. And she was one of those people that had no filter and just loved life, said what she felt was whatever on her heart. She was an amazing person. And I didn't know, because I had lost touch with her the last year or so, that she was already fighting breast cancer. So on top of that, here comes COVID, because she's, you know, going in and out of the hospitals and whatever for her treatments. So on top of that, and then pneumonia, and then it just went downhill from there for her. So nothing but love for her family, and then all her kids and grandkids and everybody in the field that knows and love her. So that's it. That should be enough of the sad stuff for tonight. But just wanted to put that out there because I know I missed a little bit last week and didn't really get to say my piece because I wanted to make sure Brian and Rochelle got their time, which, gosh, that was a fun show, wasn't it? And thank you too for taking the reins on that. Again, tonight I might be not as talkative as normal because I'm still dealing with some chest congestion and stuff. So if I tend to get a little quiet, you guys know what's going on.
We got you.
John, yeah, it's been hard, man. But yeah. So anyways, here we are, guys. Tonight's special guest is you, the Crypto Heads. I want to say fans because you're our friends. You're not our fans. You're our friends who happen to maybe like our show.
Hopefully, a
But if
couple
you're
haters
following,
out there.
yeah, I'd like to get some haters in here so we could talk, have some debates.
Oh, you want me to get some haters in here?
Yeah, get some haters in here, man. That's always fun. Have a nice little political or parapolitical debate.
Parapolitical. We won't go political.
Hey, Dustin's here. I want to wish him a happy birthday. I know it was his birthday today. Yes, Amanda, we are talking about Tim Schoon. Yeah, it's that we're not seeing him jumping in for at least a little bit and asking questions or just as usual saying how much he loves us all.
Right.
Billy Gerber,
would
I'm your biggest hater. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Billy. We love you too. I mean, we hate you
had
too.
one. We'll debate on code cuts one of these days, John. One of these days we will.
Tony.
Do your research. Do your research, John.
What?
Papa Tony Santori, Uncle Guido, all those names. He's back, just fresh
back.
out of Facebook jail. Don't know what he did to get in there, but glad to see him back.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he told somebody what he thought, which wasn't what Facebook friendly, even though it wasn't bad. I'm sure it was probably the truth.
I know, right? People can't handle the truth. Patience Mariah LeClaire, how excited are you guys for FCICon and MadCon? Are you guys? How excited are you guys for that? I am super excited.
I'm beyond excited.
So excited.
Super excited for FCI because I haven't been inside the building. And MadCon every year, it's just a super blast. And I know people that were there last year loved it. Did an amazing job. The Gateway Paranormal Boys and Steve Brott and all those guys brought in so much money, extra money. We had such an awesome raffle. Addie was like spearheaded that. She freaking nailed it, killed it, hit it out of the park. So I mean, we're going to have it doing it twice this year. So I mean, I can't wait. We can't wait to have you, Goose. Well, thank you, Patience. I'm assuming Patience works there then. Are you one of the FCI Con crew? FCI, do they call it the FCI crew?
Yeah.
It's so funny because Denise is a little bit delayed. So as she talks, no, it's funny.
Staring at her like,
of what they call the FCI crew.
Man, it's currently high on pain meds, eating noodles. I saw that you had your teeth taken out, your what do they call them?
Wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth, yes.
Yeah.
Ray apparently had his taken out before he got any wisdom.
Oh shit. Well, that's how it is tonight. Tony said you called out a racist piece of trash.
Yeah, he did.
Nice. Good job, Tony. Well worth it then, man. Well worth it.
I'm glad I get to see some of them before they get taken away.
Yeah, right. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. I'm glad we could help, Amanda. She said this helps.
So what do you guys?
What's going on with you guys? What do you guys want to talk about, paranormally speaking? Anybody in the audience guys have any questions? Give us a topic, share a story, something. Let us know. This is all about you guys tonight. Like I said, we don't normally.
For the audience.
Yeah.
I actually am going to the Gill House for the first time in a couple weeks. So let me have it. Tell me what do's, don'ts, what's good, what to bring, whatever. Because I have no idea what to expect. I'm not even looking up the history or anything before I go.
Yeah.
But I am really excited.
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Mike? We've both been there a couple times.
Really? I was like, have we ever been to the Gill House? Oh, wait,
Seriously?
we were there this summer, weren't we?
Yeah, we've been there. I've been there a couple times.
Oh yeah,
I know
that's right.
you've
I've
been
been
there at
there a
least
couple
twice.
times too. Never mind, I got it now. Took me a second.
I guess don't ask Mike because he can't even remember that he was there.
Well, don't worry about it, Denise. There's a Rite Aid right next to it, so any at least snacks, batteries, or anything, you really don't have to worry about. Yes,
No,
I think I did a solo in the attic.
Yeah, the attic is definitely really active, so that's definitely a point of concentration.
It'll probably be good for you. I'm gonna say like the girls, because when Kate, Sarah, and Kendall went up there, like Kate didn't want to stay up there at all.
Really?
Like she was like, I think it's time to go.
Oh, nice. Hopefully all girls going, so that should be interesting then.
That's where Johnny Cakes is, right? In the basement, though. Johnny Cakes is in the basement.
Yeah, Johnny Cakes is in the basement. He's I can't remember the exact story behind him.
I know he was very tall. I remember that.
He's Native American, but he was also like very modern, I guess. Is that he was? I don't know. He was related to somebody that was like historically rich or something down there. He was a part of the house at some point, but he's been seen down there. Tall, dark figure, probably like 6 foot, 6'5", big dude. I don't think he's known to be malicious per se.
No,
but there's definitely, when you're down there, you'll see a lot of what I call spirit lights, not orbs, but they're like flashes of light. I mean, Mike could vouch for that because he was sitting right next to me when we were witnessing this going off.
Yeah.
It wasn't our equipment. There was no electrical equipment over there causing it.
No, we checked outside, checked everything.
We did everything we could to debunk it, and we did not find any other reason. And it was like I was doing a solo session down there with the spirit box, the handheld one, the SP one, not my grandpa box. But trying to do kind of like the sensory deprivation, the Estes method type thing. And I wasn't really getting anything through the box, but something was getting to me, like energy wise. And I kind of got into that headspace where I tend to go, where I'm like phasing out of reality into like, I don't know if we want to call it the spirit or the energy world, whatever, where I was not responding to Mike's, like his things over the walkie-talkie, like, Ray, you okay? I'm just like,
why to go down? I was ready.
Yeah, he was at the top of the steps waiting for the minute he needed to come down, and he had to come down. But he came down and he kind of snapped me out of it. And that's when we started seeing the spirit lights, because there was definitely something going on. And the EDI device is a great thing to have down there, like some kind of EMF detector.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of electrical equipment down there, so you got to be careful where you set it. But it was going off in a place. I made sure like there wasn't physically close to anything.
So we did it back in the back, like down the little pathway you'll see when you get there.
Yeah,
it goes kind of around the corner of the furnace or something's back there, but it was. EDI device is good.
The second floor wasn't quite as interesting, I guess. Like the bedrooms and stuff, the living quarters. It wasn't. It was really quiet. I mean, maybe it was the end of the night and we just weren't focusing, but we had so much activity everywhere else that we kind of spent a lot of time doing that. Let's see. What else happened to us while we were there? Oh, that room that was off the, I can't remember the name of that room. Was it like the library or something?
Yeah. Oh, that's what we called your grandpa box?
Yes, it was kind of set up like a dining room, but they called it the library.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a big old table with some chairs around it and folding chairs and like a fireplace. Not really much to the room, but so we sat around the circle in the at the table and we were running the box. We were getting some answers here and there, and then some of the EDI devices started going off. I think Sean's periscope was going off too, so it was registering some static bursts, static energy bursts. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And it's like all of a sudden I noticed, you know what? The volume just went down by itself on my spirit box.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell? Like, I physically had to turn it up. So whatever happened, the volume button was manipulated down. We turned down.
Wow.
I have no idea what happened. And I was like sitting right between me and Heisenberg.
Yeah. It was weird.
So I turned it off, but at the same time, and you didn't notice this, your recorder was turned off.
Yes.
And it wasn't a battery thing. It just something hit stop.
I totally forgot about that, but you're right. Yes, that did happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had a lot of like
Mhm.
equipment manipulation in that room. It was pretty interesting investigation. I think you'll like it. I'll be interested to see what you get.
Yeah, I'm excited. And especially if you say women have different feelings there, and the fact that we have all girls going.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, because I went up to the attic and I was chill, man. I was just sitting there, kind of listening, listening to the traffic, everything. And then Sean and I went up after, like towards the end of the night, and we didn't even get anything. But when Kate, Kendall, and Sarah went up there, kind of like, Kate has that. She could sense those things, and she was just like, I don't know if this is the right place for us.
Yeah, because I challenged everybody to do something out of their comfort zone by either going to a location of their choice by themselves, like doing a seclusion session. Whoa, kick my table. Seclusion session or something like that. We didn't force them to be completely feeling unsafe, so we allowed a couple of them. I mean, if they wanted to go with like one other person, that was fine. So,
or if they didn't want to go at all, we would have been fine with that too.
But yeah. I mean, if they said no, I'm not comfortable, we would have said, okay, that's fine. You're not comfortable. You don't have to do it. But if Denise was with us, we'd send her to the basement by herself.
Yes. Yes. And we would go to Rite Aid and get sour gummy worms while she was down there.
Oh.
Karen, Karen. Denise, your Aunt Karen says she loves you.
I love you too, Karen.
We love you, Aunt Karen.
Yeah.
My Aunt Karen never gets on here.
Right.
She
would never do that. She would never do that to me. Addie actually, when we're walking through a building, she always makes sure that I go out the door first because she knows the last person out of a room. So she will wait always. It doesn't matter if we've walked into 50 different rooms. She will stop at every single one and make sure that I go out first.
Well, that's a good partner to have investigating with you. It's nice. I mean, as far as having people on a team, it's like, it's nice to know that somebody has your back. Like Mike knows. Mike knows when I go into a seclusion session, he needs to be somewhere nearby, just in case I go into that weird phase. And he comes in and snatches me out of it, has his wife take me out while I'm still being weird, so he can stay back and continue investigating after I agitated everything.
He's fine with it. We were talking. Oh wait, here we'll go. I have a question for Kate since she's right here. You guys have any? When you were in the attic of the Gill house, you weren't very comfortable up there.
No, I was not comfortable at all.
Yep, see, she was not comfortable at all.
No, I can't even describe it. It's not like not like I felt it. I mean, I just felt very unwelcomed and uncomfortable.
Right. That's
so
good enough for me. I'm out.
She survived. I don't know if there was bats there. I think maybe one, but it never came out. They said that there might be bats up there, but I never saw any.
Actually, I think except for initially the night, I don't think I ever made it up to the attic that night. I don't believe I ever made it up that far.
You went to the basement. I
went to the basement, yeah. The basement, the attic, I had my fill the attic the first time I went there. It was freaking me out because I was actually filming with Marcus Hogg when he was doing paranormal films for YouTube. Mm-hmm. He had his own project going on, and we investigated there, and I was like the special guest investigator, and he made me do like 20-30 minutes up there by myself. And I find it was kind of quiet. I'm like, I'm not really feeling anything. then just like all of a sudden, it felt like the room was filled. I was seeing like shadows around the outside, like cross in front of the windows, and like every time I'd like look one way, I'd see out of the corner of my eye something the opposite way, and then I started hearing what felt like a guy laughing at me, like kind of poking at me, joking around, like, I know you see me, but you're never gonna find me. One of those type of things, because just my focus was thrown all over the place, like trying to figure out what was with me. And then it literally sounded like Marcus or somebody was running up the steps into the like to the attic, outside the attic door. And I called down to he was watching the whole thing take place from down the first floor. It wasn't him, so he ran up to check and make sure nobody else was up there. But it was a weird experience. So
you probably won't have to deal with the big fan in the attic. That might have caused me to miss a lot of things, because they have a big window fan, you know, when it's warm out, you know, trying to, you know, so they probably won't have that on. So it might be easier for you to hear things, because like I think that kind of just drowned everything out for me. I just sat there and was like, you know, this is nothing, because I probably couldn't hear anything. There's probably stuff going all around.
Right? There's footsteps and all kinds of shit. You just can't hear it.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Shut up. Yeah, I think Eddie mentioned that the furnace in the basement is something you kind of have to contend with.
And we didn't have to really worry about that.
A running furnace means it's heated, so
yeah, that's what we said. At least it's heated. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So yeah, you won't have to worry about that.
Just stay away from the furnace.
Yeah,
so you're going there. You guys have any plans in any other trips yet, or is that the big one for right now?
I am going to OSR. Got rescheduled.
Nice.
So we're going to do that in May for a private investigation. I'm super excited about that.
Oh,
and it'll be May, so it won't be cold. So I'm excited about that. And then, you know, whenever I can squeeze them in as much as possible.
That's why I can't wait to get back out there.
What's that?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get back out there, but
I know. It's been rough. Especially now with the curfews being lifted, and like the minute the curfew's lifted, is the minute I get sick. I'm like, gosh damn, I can't even come out for the first, like, I probably won't be able to hit the first one or two the flashlight tours at Madison. So I gotta self-isolate.
Well, we haven't scheduled this one yet, so
I know it's been like kind of on the cusp. I know you guys are trying to get one going soon, so everybody keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I want to do another flashlight. It's been a while.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll remember what to say.
Right. Something happened here a long time ago, like in the Civil War and shit.
Oh, that sounds like my tour.
Yeah, right.
This might be haunted. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, we're glad you're filming, Mike, but I know you won't tell us where, so shut up.
Yeah, let's just say it.
But no, you'll be I think you'll be overwhelmed by Mansfield Reformatory because it's just so massive. Just do yourself a favor. Don't like try to jump around. Just like take it all in one big circle. We did like, every time I've been there, that's all we did. Of course, the first time I was there was with a public tour, and you kind of like are trying to by the seat of your pants trying to figure out where other people are not, so you can go there. But yeah, when you're on a private, it's just like, oh, I want to go here, and it's like all the way on the other wing, all the way upstairs. I was like dead by halfway through. Like I can't do it anymore.
You got to schedule an investigation there or something, man. I've never been there.
Yeah, I haven't been there for a while, especially since our friends at Tri-City Ghost Hunters have kind of taken the lead on those investigations and private tours. So I'm excited to see how they've changed it, and I know they've made it better and more enjoyable for everybody. Actually, I tried to get Greg and his wife on here and have them on one night and talk about what they're doing down there. And they have a new location they're working with too, which I can't remember the name of the location off the top of my head, but They're working with a new location here in Ohio, so that'll be really
There's
cool.
been, I think, 3 or 4 new locations that I've seen in the last like week or two. So that's exciting.
Yeah. So things are amping back up for everybody. So stay safe, stay healthy, start getting out there. I can't wait to get going again.
Yeah, me neither, man.
Amanda asked if the day tours were worth it. I mean, Mike's saying it's not, but if you're not going to ghost hunt, it's fine. I mean, if you're just going to look at it and take pictures, and you can get the little radio thing that'll tell you the history of each area. You just type in the number. Like the self-guided tours are awesome. You can be there for 6 hours if you want to. Those are. I loved it.
I mean, obviously, you're not going to go during the day when there's like hundreds of people walking through there at any given time and get a bunch of paranormal evidence. That time of day, that's like you said, it's for the self-guided. That's the history. Yeah, get to see everything in the light, getting to learn a lot about the place. It just depends on what you're there for. I mean, it's just like anything. I know a lot of people that I know have been to Eastern State Penitentiary, and they went for an investigation. They said they actually enjoyed the guided tour better because they actually got to see things. There's places that you're not allowed during a private investigation that you are allowed to walk through during the day just for safety reasons. So you see more. So it depends on what you're there for. I mean, if you're there to learn the history and you're just there for something to do during the day, then it's a great place to go, I think. I haven't been there. I haven't been to Mansfield for the daytime.
No?
No, I've never been for the day tour.
All I went there for was the haunted house.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. I walked in the house themselves. We kind of straggled behind. So I was just like, let's check the place out.
I heard the way they used to run it, that was pretty much a lot of it was open for you just to kind of ramble around like you were investigating.
Yeah, you kind of walk around.
You had to be careful because there would be an actor, waiting behind a cell door, waiting for you to walk by so they could scare the shit out of you. But
nice.
I love those haunted houses where the teenagers get all scared and they fall to the ground.
Oh yeah,
that's what happened on this one. I loved it.
I can't.
Hey Holly, how are you? We're up and down. Like I let everybody know earlier. I start feeling better in one way, but another way something happens. Like didn't have any coughing, and then I developed a cough last night, and I honestly thought I was going to have to run to the ER because it was hurting so bad and I was coughing so bad. But I found an inhaler. I took a couple hits of that, and I was fine. And I haven't really coughed that much since. I mean, a little bit here and there, but it's just up and down. It's not something that you get. It's not over and done with like a cold or the flu. It's not like a couple days and you're good to go. This is, going over a week now, so we're still fighting it. Still quarantining. Thank God for things like curbside delivery or front door delivery for groceries. So honestly, don't know how we would have made it otherwise,
right?
Because we can't go out and do anything. So, but the girls just tested positive, but they're both doing okay. Nobody's getting anything. Nobody's getting anything over a bad cold type deal. So we're hanging in there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dustin, you're 19, man.
Yeah, he looks it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I did say happy birthday to Dustin earlier. Happy birthday, buddy. And yes, going back to April, hopefully everything works out still. I will talk to you later on that, sir. There's some developments in my personal life that may change a couple things for a while. So,
44.
Well, I'm older than Dustin.
We're about the same age then. So, because if he just turned 44, I'll be turning 44 in July. So, how old are you now, Mike?
46.
Oh, you're fucking old, man.
I am.
We're gonna have to get you like some kind of special insurance write-off for the team for safety reasons.
Yep.
Like
Last night I told Kate, I was like, I think I'm moving into my genealogy age time. Type.
We're gonna have to get you one of those medical.
It's really fun. I think we should try it. And then he tried to be like, it's beneficial for ghost hunting. But
Yeah.
We all know that's not why he wants to do it. It's
right.
And
I'd get him one of those.
Yeah, stop.
You like the what?
Oh, all right. So last night, it was the other night. This is how bad it was. So I'm like, ooh, it's gonna start snowing at 11:30. I think I'll stay up and see if it really does. Like I'm like becoming the old weather guy. I'm like watching the radar.
That's amazing. I love it. Tina's like in disbelief that you're 46.
Yes. Well, she's probably like, you look like you're 50.
Like you're only 46? Seriously? Yeah. Come on.
She's like, damn. Okay.
Oh,
Dustin says he'll be. Patience. To me, 30 seems young.
Yeah.
Because like God, to be 30 again, that's when you know you're getting up there. To be like wanting to go back to 30.
It's sad but true. Sad but true, man.
Who said that? Okay, now I'm confused.
Oh wait, well, 51 is Barb.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And then Tina said no 35. So is she saying that we want to go back to 35?
Maybe Tina wants to go back. Is that what you want, Tina? Do you want to go back to 35?
Because I know I don't look 35.
Oh, no. I stopped looking 35 when my beard started going gray. Oh, we lost her. She back?
Yeah, she's back.
We lost you for a second. You're good. Can you hear us okay?
We lost her. It's frozen.
She looks so excited in that frozen picture, too, doesn't
Right.
she?
Well, we're boring her, I think. She's like, what are these old guys talking about, man? Next they're going to start talking about catheters and shit.
Oh, my gosh. Aaron's
21. Jesus.
Wow. I'm kind of curious, though. What's the legal drinking age in Scotland?
I don't think there is one. I think they're born and they get handed a bottle of scotch.
I don't think she's trying to get back on.
Oh, Tina.
There you are.
I don't know what's happening.
It was funny when you froze up because all we saw was a picture of you going like,
yeah,
like you're just like bored out of your mind. This is a great show, guys. Thinking about going to Gill House. Man, I wish I was there and not talking to these assholes.
I actually bring something paranormal, and these guys are talking about weather and genealogy.
Oh, jeez. I come back and see Dustin with catheters and shit. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Catheters and shit.
Yeah, Aaron, the legal drinking age in at least Ohio that I know, I think it's United States wise, it's 21. It's 18 in Scotland. I always kind of felt if you're old enough to join the military, you should be old enough to buy a beer. It's the way I always felt about it. But it is what it is. And yeah, Aaron, it's pretty much the same over here. Everybody pretty much drinks whenever they want to, anyways. Especially if you live where I grew up, out in the country of Manaway. And nobody. Really?
Yep.
I think I was almost done drinking by the time I was 21 because I had just done it too much already. I was like done with party.
I was a good boy. I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Yeah, Mike said it's only legal if you don't get caught. Exactly. That's the way we felt. And kind of growing up where we did, I mean, had a lot of my buddies and friends' parents that were like fine with it as long as we dumped our keys at the front door and we're planning on camping out or whatever for the night. They'd rather us do it at their house and be safe about it than be stupid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys think about drinking and investigating?
No.
People who drink while investigating.
No. I don't think you should. I don't think you should you should be on point. I think when you go investigating is my thought. You shouldn't be, loopy or anything. Oh shit, my dad's on.
But yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, Dustin said don't do it. I mean, I agree too. I just know people that have done it, and I don't understand. Here's the thing. I mean, I guess if you do it and you're done with it for the night, and then you have a couple drinks before you leave, that's fine, I guess. But but there's so many people that think it's fun to drink and then investigate. I just thought that's always kind of weird.
That's dangerous, man. I'd be running down the walls and falling downstairs.
Yeah, I mean think about it though.
I did.
Yeah.
I've done it, and the reason that I think it's okay for me is just because I am a very happy drunk, and I am very positive, and so I could see if you were like an angry drunk, it would be 10 times worse. That would be absolutely ridiculous and a terrible idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was very against it, but you know what? I did it and it wasn't terrible. But I do think that it's just because I am super positive when I'm drinking. And as well as everybody, that when you are in a good mood, it's much better for you in terms of like protection and things like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think that saved me a little bit. If I was
keeps you from getting beer muscles and running your mouth to the wrong spirit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong spirit because you're drunk. Plus, it's not safe. It's not safe. You don't know. I mean, especially if you're a place you've never been. You don't own the building, so I mean, if you're smashing around drunk and breaking shit because you're not paying attention, you can't pay attention where you're at. But don't get white girl. Okay. But I've been to things like events where like, okay, it's like a tour type situation. You're not really investigating, and it's supposed to be kind of laid back and fun. So you want to have a drink here, a little drinky drink here in between tours or whatever. That's fine. But I've also been there too when like you're giving a tour, and I know we've all. Somebody will come in obliterated for a flashlight tour, and all hell breaks loose. It's just
or a party bus full of drunk people in one night, and I have to give a tour to 39 drunk people. Yeah, it happens.
I think what Addie said, that situation is definitely good, especially if you know the building or whatever. You have permission.
Yeah.
The big thing is permission. Right. I mean, on top of everything.
I can't really say anything. I don't drink, so.
Yeah. Stephanie, I think at this point we all know that drunk everything is a thing. What'd you say?
I said I hardly ever drink.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pass it up.
You're like, well, if you're offering.
Right? I'm not saying I wouldn't like go out like after a con, have a beer before, the big investigation and come back and sober up while you're waiting to start. But,
Holly's got some good drunk questions.
Right.
Would it make you more susceptible to being taken over?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, I guess maybe. Maybe you just don't notice.
Right.
What was the other one? Would the spirit be able to feel drunk again if they take you over? That's the best.
Maybe you go somewhere and the spirits want you to drink so they could remember what it feels like.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me possess this motherfucker while he's drunk so I could remember just how great it felt to be a little tipsy.
Or they're with their friends and like, watch me trip this guy down the stairs.
That's awesome. I could see that happening. For sure.
Mike's right. I kind of agree with Mike. No, more reason to think that you're taking over. You're just shit-faced drunk.
Right? It wasn't me. I didn't fall.
Yeah.
I was possessed for a minute.
Yeah, what Emma said. I mean, obviously, there's a difference between drinking while you're investigating and getting drunk while you're investigating, and just having like a couple beers when you're like meeting the team for the pre-investigation meeting or dinner, and then going and doing what you're doing.
Right.
Because by that point, it's all beef jerky, peanut butter M&Ms, and Mountain Dew. So you're gonna sober up real quick, right?
Right.
Coffee.
Yeah. So we've got how many hours, to sober up.
There has to be a drinking game for this. There should be.
I think we can make one. But you have to
You
stay
have
in
to
the
take a
same
drink for every orb you see in the picture.
Mike, I had a White Claw in MadCon last year. I think a couple people did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've had a drink or two at Madison. You know, it was a thing.
We had at the compadres.
Yeah, we weren't getting intoxicated. We were just having a drink. There's a difference,
right? Plus,
and we weren't investigating.
So much food. It definitely.
Oh my God, yes.
That was way too much food. Oh God. The shuffleboard. I love it.
I agree with Tina. Seems like a safety hazard in the dark.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
So that's what that's our final stamp on it. Don't drink and ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, like sit there and drink while you're ghost hunting, like hard drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if you go and meet your team for dinner before you want to have like a beer and then go, that's fine. But
are you doing a public service announcement?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the Cryptic Paranormal Shows stamp on don't drink and ghost hunt.
Dangerous, kid.
Boring.
The more you know.
Yeah, Dustin.
That's rough down there in Texas, man.
Yeah, man, nothing but love for our friends down in Texas. Especially Texas with all the problems they're having with getting electric and water. And they just got hit with another storm. And, our friends in Louisiana and the Carolinas and everywhere south that are just not states that are prepared for this kind of weather that they're having. Obviously we have it different up here because it's kind of a staple to have bad weather in the winter. But
I was thinking something. I was like, we're cold here and we're used to it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to go outside. And they're getting hit like double, man. They don't even know what's
I don't blame them. I mean,
mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. People are posting a lot of bullshit about, oh, we're used to it. We're Ohioans. Stop complaining. They're not used to it. They don't have the safety precautions. They don't have they're just, it's not something that they normally have to deal with. This is totally out of the norm for those locations that are getting hammered with this weather. And it's not a good situation for them. And their government is not helping them. I mean, I'm not going to get into politics, but their government is disappearing. They're not helping them. They're telling them they have to fend for themselves. I mean, literally. I mean, Denise, you sent me that.
That guy, he resigned, didn't he? He resigned.
I think so, yeah. Telling them that they have to fend for themselves and it's their problem. That's exactly what he said to them. And there's people with kids and families have no electricity, no water for going on several days, almost a week now. And they got hammered again with another storm. I know some people got their electric back and they got it back, they lost it again. They need water, they need help. So Dustin, to you and everybody I know down in Texas area, down in the southern areas, we're praying for you, man.
Yeah.
I heard Governor Mr. Teddy Cruz went on a cruise to Cancun or something.
Yeah, he's on
I'm gonna go somewhere warm. You guys got this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a little snow.
And I get it. We have the weather here in Ohio and we're used to it, blah, blah, blah. But like, their pipes aren't buried enough to not freeze where, we bury our pipes down below the 36-inch frost line. Our houses are built with more insulation. Like, it's totally a different ball game. We have plows and salt trucks,
Yeah.
like it's
Yep.
apples and oranges. It's that's like saying we're not prepared for a hurricane. Well, no shit, because we
Right.
don't normally get hurricanes.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
totally
it's
different.
just
And my heart breaks for the people down there, and I don't
yeah,
even know what I would do in that situation. And we're used to snow.
right. And Dustin's even saying right now they're big on green energy in that area, and the freeze is screwing up the windmills, so they're not
I'm
producing
not sure how true that is. I mean, they got windmills in Sweden or in the North
yeah,
Sea.
I mean, obviously it's not powering everything, but
only
And I
10%
know
of their energy
they
comes
are
from
both
green
different.
energy. Yeah, 10% comes from green energy.
Okay. All right, we'll change the subject. I don't want everybody getting all worked up over whether Texas is a green energy place or not.
10%.
The fact of the matter is, all we're trying to say is that we love all our friends in Texas and the southern areas, and we are praying for you. We feel we're praying that you're going to make it through this. You will. We know you will.
Yeah.
But it
You're
just
from Texas.
we
You guys
we know.
take on everything.
Yeah, right. Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah.
You guys are down there going like this, the blizzard.
Right.
But it is. I have to say it is kind of funny because also the guy Aaron Salser, who founded Dark Alley, who originally lived in Columbus, moved to California first, but then they moved down to Texas because they didn't want to come back to Ohio weather. And he's got a beautiful house, a lot of acreage, and he's like I feel like I'm back in Columbus again. But he's in a better situation than some people are. He's just in a different area that still has power, but you see his pool is still in operation, but it's covered with snow everywhere else. It's just it's madness. It's crazy down there.
Wow. No, Tina.
Tina, you could try Facebook messaging it to me, and then maybe I can put it up. I don't know. You could try. We could try it that way.
Before the show started to be able to get it up there in time. Just try.
I don't know what the question mark's for. Probably is like, why are they talking about energy on this show?
Well, we're talking about all our paranormal friends that are having to live in hotels or living without energy. I mean, our good friend Ashley Storm, she's got kids and she's been living with her folks, just so they have a warm place to stay.
And her parents don't even have electricity; they just so happen to have a fireplace in their house.
Right.
So it's not even like she's living in luxury over there.
Yeah, right.
There's no electricity or no heat. They just have a fireplace, so it's better.
Barb, do we have any good investigations coming up for anyone? Well, Denise said she's going to the Gill House.
With Barb.
Dark Alley. Okay, cool. Cool girls' night out, right?
Yep.
With the crew.
We don't have anything going on right yet.
Dark Alley does not have anything planned as of yet.
We're
obviously
in hibernation.
Yeah. Obviously, with my condition at the moment, it's not really conducive for ghost hunting or going investigating with other people. Technically not allowed to leave my house for another 10 days, I think, or maybe 5 to 6 days. Let's see, Dustin said he's got his documentary that begins filming the second week of April at FCI. That's cool. Super excited for you on that, Dustin. I mean, Mike and I are working on a project. As little bit here and there as we can. As soon as I'm over this shit, we're gonna be going balls to the walls on getting this started. So I'd like to have something done by the end of the year at least. We're not pushing it too fast. We want it to be right first, I think. So we're taking our time. And I think we're gonna edit as we go instead of like filming everything and trying to edit as, you know what I mean? Like edit in sections and put it together so it makes more sense as far as a time time flow. But it's going to be. We've already announced that we're filming at Madison for the documentary, but it's not going to be just about Madison. It's going to be about us as investigators and why we love Madison and why we get addicted to these locations that we go to, more than any other locations, because we can go, like, I know as far as Dark Alley is concerned, we'll go to, 5 or 6 locations, maybe if we're lucky in a year, but Madison doesn't usually make the count because we're there all the time. Like, we're always going there. And like, if there's nothing, it's always like, let's go to Madison. Let's just go to Madison. I want to be at Madison all the time. And it feels like home. And we're like just trying to make the correlation of why that happens to us as investigators, why we get like basically addicted to these places. We feel like we become a part of that. So, and that's really the only big one that I know of. I'm sure we'll go to Shalersville Historical Society. That may be the first one just to get back into it as soon as I'm healthy again, because it is heated. So.
Yep. Hopefully by the summer or fall we can go to like real places.
Yeah. Real places?
Like real places, you know what I'm saying? Different places.
Yeah, not our normal 2 places that we go to, like nonstop throughout the year. Yeah.
Different.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. Obviously, I can't wait to see Madison or Fairfield County Infirmary. Not sure if we're gonna be able to do the investigation after the convention, but at least we'll get to see the building. But we're definitely planning on an investigation at some point there this year. That's got to be on our list of priorities as far as locations we want to go to.
Inspiration House?
What's that?
Inspiration House too.
Yes. Michelle Bellinger's Inspiration House out in, what's it called? What's that location called? No. It's in Ohio. It's in
Ohio. Around Cleveland someplace. Oberlin?
Oberlin, yes. That's it. Yes.
Hate that.
So yeah, I think we're planning on that was one location we were talking about. We had actually planned last year, before this all started, we were going to start the year off with the Old Licking County Jail. And then that's when everything hit. And I don't know if they're doing investigations or tours yet. I'm not 100% on how they're operating down there at the moment, but
yeah, I can't remember. I need to get there too.
So what's up, everybody?
Sorry, I was reading comments and make sure I wasn't missing anything.
I don't know why I'm reading the comments. You guys both are. So, anybody seen any ghosts lately?
Stephanie wants to camp at FCI
in the cemetery.
I don't know if it's possible. I know the owner. I'll ask him.
Oh, Wilson Castle. That'd be a good place to go.
What's that?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Wilson Castle.
Yes, that's a long trip.
Yeah, I was reading Barb's.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if everything goes as planned, I'm still going on my vacation in Maine, so might be checking out we're spending a whole day the night before, or the day before we actually get to our cabin. We're laying over in Salem, so I'm hopefully going to be hooking up for like a haunted tour or something while we're there. We're gonna look for like a family-friendly ghost tour or something.
I'd like to go to Salem.
That should be cool. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool place to go.
I hope things don't get so screwed up that I can't go now, but I guess we'll see. But
when is that?
What? Oh, he said he saw his kid's mom in the house 2 days ago, and she's been passed away for 2 years.
Holy shit!
That's kind of freaky.
Who was that?
Dustin.
Huh. All right, here is the meme that Tina sent us, which is really hilarious. I can get rid of that banner.
I've seen that. That's pretty funny.
When it's so cold that even the ghost haunting your house freezes to death. That is funny. Thank you for the laugh, Tina. It's true.
Fright Club. I have not seen the show Fright Club with Jack Osborne and Ghost Brothers.
No. Jeff Fent was just on there, though, wasn't he?
Was he?
Was he?
Really? Was it really?
Yeah, it says watched it tonight, and Jeff Fent's video of Madison and the laundry chute door was on.
Yeah.
No shit. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Jeff was watching the show, I'd say congratulations, buddy. That's pretty cool. You guys, if you guys haven't seen the video, that's yeah. There's a laundry chute door in one of the hallways. Do you remember what floor it was on? It was a second or third, I think. Second floor.
Well,
second floor laundry chute door was opening and shutting on command, basically, and he got footage of it. It's pretty interesting stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going to be on that show. Can somebody tell me if that show? Go ahead.
What?
What were you saying?
The laundry chute, there's no door, there's no vent on the top, there's nothing that would make it open and close unless you do something paranormal.
Yeah, I know people have tried to debunk it. I don't know, people have kind of come up with good thought process on how to debunk it, but knowing the building and then seeing that stuff and witnessing it ourselves, we know there's something more to it than just airflow. I totally believe that video.
Yeah, I do too.
We were gonna go to the Conneaut. Well, we were gonna go to the Conneaut Hotel at one point, weren't we? This never happened.
Yeah, we had another thing that got set up and canceled because of COVID.
Oh, Michelle was on it too.
Yeah, I've heard of that Facebook page, Dad. I haven't really looked into it, but I've seen some stuff tagged along it.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Kathy just said that they were talking about doppelgangers, which we all know that is a big thing that happens at Madison. Obviously, Jeff was talking about it too. That's really cool. Can somebody tell me, is that one of those that you can only see on Discovery Plus now? Or is that
I think it's on there, yeah.
Damn it. I don't have Discovery Plus.
Yeah, I have to watch it always.
Travel Channel. Kathy said Travel Channel.
Oh, okay, cool. So I should be able to go back and watch a rerun. Sweet. Cool, Madison 70 made it on another show. Very cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's only the most awesome place in the world.
Duh.
Yeah. Don't need to ever investigate anything else. Right?
No,
Oops, she said nope. Sorry, it was Discovery Plus.
Bummer.
Damn.
I'm not getting another streaming service just so I can watch ghost hunting shows because I barely watch them anyways.
I think I'm going to get rid of Hulu and just keep Disney Plus because that's all we really watch anymore, and Netflix.
Right.
Well, they post about my dad's talking about Haunted Toledo. They post about the Island House, which is a hotel in Port Clinton. Where I grew up.
Yeah.
Pretty cool hotel. I've stayed in there once, but I wasn't into ghost hunting back then, so I wouldn't even have thought of anything about it probably. Yeah. And then Johnson's Island is the Confederate graveyard on this island that's actually really close to my dad's house. You can see the island from my dad's dock, where they dock there if they had a boat. But
and it's called Johnson Island.
It's called Johnson's
Island.
Yeah, really, it's
I didn't
like
know there was one.
it's a cemetery and a bunch of rich people live there.
Nice.
Seriously, they have signs that say, "Please don't go down this road."
Huh.
You know, there's signs all over the place. You know, they just want you to get right to the cemetery and right out. You got to pay a little toll too. I think it's like $1 or something.
Nice.
But it's pretty cool. Like Kate and I went to it 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And it's funny is like I grew up there, and that was like only the second time I've been there.
Wow. I'll have to check it out.
There's so many like unspoken places in Ohio.
Right?
Yeah.
You really ever have to leave the state to go anywhere to investigate. And there's more and more popping up like every time.
Yeah.
People see the reality of being able to raise money and keep these places functioning,
right,
and saving them through the use of paranormal investigation and tours and stuff. I mean, it can change a location's history or future quite a bit. I mean, we've seen it with Madison. Yeah. Madison was a dump. I mean, it was going to be being close to torn down before Adam purchased it.
Yeah, when we were there before Adam was there, it was not
bad.
Good. Yeah,
you couldn't go in either of the basements. Like the first floor, where the hole in the floor room is, you weren't even allowed back there ever at all. That whole section was blocked off like for years before Adam bought the place. And you know, the Civil War side basement was so flooded and disgusting and just left to rot before Adam bought it. You weren't allowed down there for safety reasons anymore. You know, they just were stockpiling shit everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like a hoarder's nightmare.
That also there was carpet down there too.
Yeah.
In the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then instead of fixing it when it flooded, he just shut the door. The previous owner just shuts the door and tells people they can't go down there instead of like cleaning up the water.
Yep.
Right.
That's exactly what they did.
But it's good to see so many locations. Seriously, I think there was like 3 or 4 in the last 2 weeks that I've seen people post about that are now.
Well, because they realize what they,
yeah,
they realize what they can do with it, probably.
Right.
Barb said she's going to Fairfield in June. Really cool.
Yay!
I have never been to the Smoky Mountains.
I have never been either. It's a place I'd like to go to.
We shall take next time there, right?
Okay, cool. I'm down. Next time I'm down in the FCI area. When I went to FCI, I just visited. I just walked around the outside because obviously there wasn't. If there was something going on, I believe it was like a private event or something, a public or private ghost hunt or something. So I just got to walk around the outside of the grounds, but we were staying at in a cabin down there in Hocking Hill. But I didn't realize, like, literally, if you take the picturesque, the nice country drive route, you're literally on the same road that FCI is on. So it's not like I had to go out of my way to see it. It was right there.
Right.
I mean, we passed it on the way. So we stopped, and it was really cool. But there's so many things down in that area. You could make, like, a whole long weekend out of it. I mean, you could investigate FCI for a night. But then, you know, you stay in Hocking Hill and get a cabin. And then there's, like, the Moonville Tunnels down in that area. There's all kinds of cool stuff down there. It's just an awesome area.
There either.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln County Jail's pretty close. I mean, not super close, but I think it's only like the next county over or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other stuff too that's right around the area. And I didn't realize, like, I thought FCI was way farther out of the way, but it's really not. It's actually an easier place to get to as far as some of the locations that we've been to in Ohio, where it seems like you're on some back highway, hilly highway forever before you actually get to the place. But yeah, I mean, it's like right around that area. I mean, you're kind of close to Prospect Place. You're by Hocking Hills, you know, so if you want to spend the night in a really cool cabin for a night, you know, whatever, it's just a cool place. I mean, you can make a cool weekend out of it.
I think Twin City Opera House is around there someplace too.
Is that open?
That I'm not sure of.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah,
open?
I mean, I don't know. I've been there. I think I've been there twice. I don't know if it's still going on or not. But I got to go there twice. It's pretty cool. Obviously, because it's a theater type opera house type thing, you can hear everything everywhere. You know,
Wow.
like so like it's hard not to hear somebody even like in the next or like far away. Like you almost still hear them.
Yeah. So that's a small group thing or a
Yes.
solo thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the small group thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where's Moonville?
Moonville is just a tunnel, but it's like one of those legends, those rural legends. It's like a haunted tunnel. People have been down there and have caught like crazy shadow-looking apparitions. Have had experiences down there, but it's part of the national park system's hiking terrain now. It's like there's pamphlets on how to get to it now. And I think they do like a horseback ride. You can get a horseback ride, and it goes through the Moonville Tunnel and everything too now. So it's
Wow.
like before. I mean, I think people were just like hiking to it like it was like this crazy like hidden place, but there's pamphlets for it. So it's like right around the Hocking Hill area. It's down there. So it's just another hot spot to check out while you're in the area.
Hold on, I'll look up where the
that
opera house
happened?
is.
What's that?
Was there something that happened there, or
I don't know the story behind it. I really
Okay.
don't, besides it being like a rural legend of people just being there and witnessing or having something paranormal happen to them. I really don't know. It's almost like the Helltown type of feel. You know, it's just like there's these just weird things that people don't really understand why they're there. So there's like all this like myth and legend that's brought up around it, and you know.
Stephanie, the opera house is in McConnellsville.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you investigate near the Serpent Mounds. I think those are just more of a looking like be in awe of.
Yeah, I've always been kind of weary about. I just feel weird about investigating around any kind of cemetery, really.
Yeah, I've never done it,
and especially, you know, just because of the spiritualism behind the Native American, you know, it feels disrespectful to me to do that. I mean, if you're just there to visit and you want to run a recorder, but I mean, just not try to like directly communicate. It just seems like they're there to rest in peace. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, Dustin, good night.
Have a good night, Dustin.
Leave for him. What's he doing?
Yeah, I mean, Moonville is just a tunnel, so it's not like you can like. And I think it's probably illegal to be there after dark because it's part of the parks.
You know what? I think I've seen it when like they pull up the urban legend things in Ohio. Sometimes Facebook will have
like one of the haunted weird Ohio places that pops up.
Yeah,
like and all that. Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I think I've seen it on there. You know, what'd be cool is the Athens, Ohio, OU. Like that would be a cool place to like.
Oh, the Ridges.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I don't even know if that place is even still like open. Is it still even in existence?
I thought it was an administrative building now.
Maybe.
I think this is just but I think it's just an administrative building. My brother went there. I should have made him get me around there someplace. I've never been to Helltown, and that's right around here.
Yeah, it's part of like Boston Mills area. It's like kind of all over that whole little area. But I mean, it's just don't ever watch the documentary because it's technically a mockumentary. It's not real.
Is it?
And
I've never
watched. Yeah. What were you saying, Denise?
I didn't know that it was a mockumentary.
Yeah,
I actually
it's
never
totally.
watched it.
You could tell within the first 5 minutes it's not for real, just because you could tell the people in it are actors, and just
Okay.
a lot of the legends and the urban myth that they come up with are actually stories that surround that place. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is just abandoned because when the national parks came through, they bought people out of their homes and they had to leave immediately. So but a lot of the houses remained erect and standing, and like the whole thing with there's supposed to be a Satan worshiping church or a satanic church because it has an upside down cross in the architecture of the church. It's only that way because it was a certain type of Franciscan symbolism. It's had to do with the architecture for this specific Catholic religion. It really had nothing to do with Satanism. People just don't do their homework. So it's just a lot of there's there's a Crybaby Bridge somewhere around that area. Everybody knows
every city, I swear.
yeah. The end of the world is like, it looks like there's a street that's blocked off and it looks like it just drops off the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it's just old roads and buildings that were left when the parks came through.
I don't
Because
think
you're
there's a lot of house, though.
What's that?
A lot of the houses have been torn down, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of like the historical homes that are still up and are run and operate as historical locations. You know, you could take tours, and there's like bike tours and stuff you can take, but there is a weird feeling when you're down there and you're like driving around these places. But I think a lot of that has to do because it was such a, I mean, it's known to be a pretty well populated Native American area. And there are a lot of old cemeteries. It was a very old place. So there's definitely energy there, but I think a lot of the stories and the legends are just made up through, local people who are looking for for scary things to do and want a place to drive around at night and get the shit scared out of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Yeah, like Laura says, she thought it was peaceful. I don't think it was scary. It was just a different energy. Like you felt you were in an old place. Yeah. But I feel like that when I go. I feel weird, different energy when I go to any like national park or forest. There's just something about it, and it, like you said, it is comforting. It's peaceful, and it's like you just want to like stare at things and like kind of just drift off into the zone. Just the relaxing zone. But.
So, off topic, real quick. I switched chairs, and I realized I don't have an armrest anymore. I'm not sure if I like that. I don't know what
You'll be okay.
Arms.
You gonna be all right?
I don't know.
Kathy said the nice thing about Oberlin is the Underground Railroad history. When you stay at the Inspiration House, you'll find a lot of historic places and cemeteries. I love towns like that.
Yeah.
I actually just found out that Unionville, which is right by Madison, it's right at County Line Road in 84. Unionville, their cemetery has one of those false graves where people escaping on the Underground Railroad would climb into the grave, and then it had a tunnel that went to the Unionville Tavern. So
ooh, that's cool.
Right by us. Yeah, we'll get this building open up someday, and then people can see it. But the tunnels are still there. They've filled in the grave, so it's not, it's not open anymore.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Riders Inn that Barb goes to all the time, they had little spaces in the walls where if the slave catchers would come to the door, they would put people inside of the wall, and then there was like a false wall in front of them. They would just like stay in these little things that remind me of like at the morgue. Like that's how big the space is. It's tiny. They would like slide inside of there and then wait for the person to leave.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
I bet you slide into any little thing you can.
Right? Exactly.
Oh yeah, right. Yep. That's one of the interesting things I always felt investigating at Prospect Place, because that is obviously a very well-known stop along the Underground Railroad. Just the feeling you get down there when you're in the basement, where they would, keep these people, trying to get on their way to the freedom. It's just, and hearing the story behind it and how they did it, hiding across the field, waiting for the light to go up in the cupola, the lantern light to let them know that it's safe to come, and like hearing the whole story about them being brought into the back of the house, and one of the servants hitting the floor right underneath where the Adams family were sleeping, so they would know we're there, and they come down and start feeding them and getting them comfortable and getting them ready to make the next journey. It's just such a crazy energy down there. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Well, I'm gonna stay away from Wayne in Holmes County. I'll tell you that right now.
Need to come to Wayne and Holmes County. Go to Shrew Swamps and Marsh. I saw a kid Bigfoot walking around. Pond Shrew Cemetery. Huh. Interesting.
You can't say the B word in front of Heisenberg. He's afraid of Bigfoot.
You gotta say it's Sasquatch. It's better.
Yeah, I'm a little all right with that. Your apartment's part of the swamp?
Yeah, part of the railroad, maybe. Not the swamp.
Hey, the goat's here. What's up, buddy? How are you?
How are you?
So,
thanks for joining us, Jeff. You're the special guest tonight.
Yeah. Yes, we're answering questions and just kind of hanging out with you guys, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. Jeff, I'm doing all right. Been fighting COVID, but I feel a little bit like I'm on the mend. Been up and down, but it's doing all right. Still alive. Not had to go to the hospital for anything yet, so I think we're gonna make it good.
Oh, she said no under the Underground Railroad.
Oh, okay, I got it. That makes sense. There's quite a few places around where I grew up in Manaway and Hiram too that are known stops, and it's just crazy because there's.
Well, Ohio's filled with it. I mean,
What's that?
Right. Ohio's filled with all that history, man.
Oh yeah, right.
That's the main way to go through.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna tell everybody why I don't like Bigfoot and aliens. All right.
Okay. Do it.
So I'm not gonna lie to everybody. I'm a little touched in the head, right? So that
we didn't know that. That's news.
I am the person that they're gonna show themselves to because nobody's gonna fucking believe me. So I don't want anything to do with them.
That's fair enough. Yeah, Kathy and I were talking about doing a shuffleboard ripple. We want to get the,
Oh my God, that would be so funny.
Right, just get the shuffleboard, whatever, the discs and the stick things. I don't know what they're called.
Shuffleboard gear.
And I don't know if I think I read Tony or Kathy posted something about them, like kind of joking about that on Ghost Nation. Like something about a shuffleboard or conjuring demons or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but they were playing a mini shuffleboard on, I think, at a location, and they said it was something about it being part of the investigation because I don't know. I don't know
if that was like a backhanded comment for certain other people.
We all know that.
Yeah, right.
They got their own team and shit.
Yeah, right.
They got their own club.
Fredericksburg has a lot of haunted homes because of the Underground Railroad. Yep.
It's very cool. I wonder, I feel like those kind of locations, I feel like it would be very quick for the energy to shift there. Like at Madison, a lot of times people will have problems because they looked like somebody who worked there, or they looked like somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like just the energy when those places were operational was very hit or miss. You know, people are either very excited or they're very scared. You know, so I bet when you're investigating, it's the same thing. You know, maybe somebody from your team looks like somebody who used to be a slave catcher, and so that
Yeah.
person walks into the room. Energy probably is like, you know, complete opposite of what it was a minute ago.
Mhm.
It's very interesting.
Good thought.
Kind of place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good theory.
Jeff said we need to go to the Bel Air house. That is on my bucket list. I heard that's an amazing place, Jeff. Seen a lot of good stuff about that place, and I know you're friends with those and you help out a lot over there. Cleveland Shuffle Dance.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to Bel Air House too.
Yeah, I'd like to go there too.
You know, I was thinking, you know, we were always talking about like what we could do like new for the show. And I always think about like maybe every once in a while having a show live from somewhere. I know we've talked about it before, but I would love like not even like maybe we do some investigating, but like actually have the show at the location.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And talk to the owners and
yeah. We talk about it all the time. Sometimes you get your best evidence when you're not even trying. When you're just sitting there having a conversation with each other, then that's when the crazy shit happens. So it would be fun to be live from a location and just do the show like normal.
That would be pretty cool. We would just have to make sure that we're able to like broadcast.
Yeah. You know what, Jeff? I'm going to do something for you, buddy. Why don't you message me at Ray Gooseby on Facebook or message the show at Cryptic Paranormal Show. Let us know your size. Give us your address. I will send you a shirt, my friend, because you are a huge supporter of the show. And I would love for you to have one. I think we'd be really cool.
Yep.
So send us your info, buddy. We'll get you a shirt.
See, they like the idea of a live location. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it doesn't have to be like a super involved like investigation the whole time we're there, because we both know how that goes. Never goes as planned. Right. You know, right. At least I mean, sometimes the actual interview might be hard too, depending on where we're at. But we'd definitely try to go to places that have at least Wi-Fi connection or right. some kind of connection where at least our phones can give a Wi-Fi hotspot. But
good Wi-Fi apparently.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we could probably do it from the Madison one night, or we could do it from, you know, maybe we could have the show at Shalersville. But, you know, we could, you know, if you have a location and you want us to shoot or film just a live show there, let us know. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would like to be there too when you guys go to Fairfield for the first time. So maybe we could do it there.
What's that?
Yes.
Fairfield?
That's a good idea, Kathy.
Yes. Yeah, that's not far. I mean, it's not too far from you. It's straight down 44.
Yeah, it's not that far.
No.
Okay.
Obviously, we'll do it when the weather's a little bit better. But it is heated, so. And I do think I can get enough connection. I can get a signal out of there. We've done it before.
Yeah, we have done there. We have done it there.
Yeah, I mean, I could have the Historical Society president. He'd come and give us all kinds of information and talk about some of the paranormal things that happen there. You know, I could have some of the folks that work there come out. There's one lady. It's so funny. She works there. She hates the thought of ghosts, and she says she doesn't believe them, but she has all kinds of stories. She's like one of those people that I think believes, but it doesn't want to admit that she believes because the thought of it frightens her so much. But she's in that place.
Well, she obviously
so
cares
much.
about
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Talk about ghost hunting and drinking. The night we did that.
Oh yeah, it was spirits and spirits. But we raised a bunch of money, and it went to help pour the foundation for the Baker cabin, which is the first home ever built in Shalersville.
Yeah.
So it felt pretty special, and
so cool.
people weren't like
No,
people were
they
drinking
weren't.
like little Dixie cups of wine. They were like
Wine.
talking like little baby cups, and it was like
Right.
Franzia wine out of a box. But I mean, the Historical Society provided all that for us. That was their idea.
Yeah.
It was their idea for people to like have snacks, be able to drink some wine, or they also had pop, tea, coffee. A couple of the members made these big cheese and meat trays. I was trying to say the fancy word, but I couldn't come out right. Charcuterie, is that it? Charcuterie trays?
I think you're just making shit up now.
Meat and cheese trays, and crackers and cookies. But I mean, they went all out for us, and a lot of them didn't even stay for it, except for Ron. He stayed with us. He's the president, and he's kind of like our contact to get in there. And we're the only team that investigates there. So it was really cool for us to do, and we showed them some things that we had captured at that place. And I learned some pretty interesting things about the house that I grew up in Shalersville that day. It was really interesting stuff. So not going to tell that story anymore because that's all going to be part of the documentary. So that story is on hold for a while.
Ray's keeping secrets.
You hate when the guests come on the show and say, I'm working on something, but I can't tell you what it is. And then you're going to do it too?
He's told the story, actually, so it's not really a secret.
Yeah, I've told the story before. People probably know what I'm talking about already.
We had questions. Sorry.
Malabar?
I have heard about Malabar Farm. I have not been there. It's another place. It's in Ohio, correct? I believe. Pretty sure. Town kind of down in the same general area everything else is in Ohio. Columbus Central area. Thanks, buddy. You know what? Honestly, Darren said glad to see you. Doing the show tonight. I have felt 100% better since we started. Just because I'm talking with you guys, I'm being active. I'm not sitting here worrying about everything that's going on. It's just thank you guys for tuning in and being part of the show. Thank you, Denise, and thank you, Heisenberg, for hanging with me those last 2 weeks. I know I've been a total bitch, whiner.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, you don't even know. If I get sick, you'll see. You're good, Ray. If I get sick,
the man cold city.
Going, I don't think I could go on, but keep me on
my
camera.
temperature. It's like 98.5. What am I gonna do?
I feel a little faint.
You have not been that bad.
Okay, back to Laura. Sorry about that. But thank you, Darren. And you guys have definitely made me feel a hell of a lot better tonight. Sorry, we didn't mean to glaze over. I just wanted to say thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
Ed was asking about Penhurst.
He was asking about Penhurst?
Oh, he heard a rumor that Penhurst was closing down for good or something like that? Is that what it...
There are so many rumors surrounding what's going on with Penhurst. And to be honest with you guys, I've completely lost touch with the goings-on at Penhurst since Tim Smith, who was the person we knew who originally owned it, back when like Ghost Adventures and all those, all the shows were going there and making it real popular. That's who owned it when we were able to investigate there the couple times we went. So I don't know what's going on. I don't even know who owns it now, to be honest with you. I know basically like before there were a couple buildings you could investigate while you were on property. For safety reasons, they shut a couple of them down, and there's only one building left really that you're allowed to investigate.
The Mayflower.
As far as if they sold it, I mean, honestly, if they're not fixing these places, they are seriously disintegrating. I mean, I was surprised at a couple of the buildings they let us into for safety reasons, just for health reasons. And I mean, I got to be honest with you, part of the reason, I mean, I was in a dark cloud just because of Penhurst was like the game changer for me. That's when I went from ghost hunter to somebody who felt they had like empathic abilities and were able to actually connect on a different level with spirits. Because that place just shook my world. But I can't remember. I don't know what's going on with the place now. Unfortunately, I think since Tim has left, I don't know how the management. I mean, I don't even really hear many people going there anymore. To be honest with you, for all I know, it could already be shut down. I have no idea.
I mean, that place wasn't like bad disrepair. If somebody would like really take the time and had the money to, put that as a shrine to what terrible, like I say it, like almost a shrine of remembrance of how bad it could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And I always thought it was interesting too because like after the fact, like after my experience of going and being able to investigate there, our team had been there a couple times. I was only there once with the team. And like I said, that experience was unreal. I had never felt anything like that before in my life. I found out that, like in a weird roundabout way, I had like a kind of a connection to the place. Obviously, I was born in Sellersville, Pennsylvania, which is only about 15 to 20 miles north of where Penhurst is. My parents went to a religious Bible school, Bible college right outside of that area in the greater Philadelphia area. And I didn't know this until my mom had said something years later, but like part of their college thing, they were both in choir. They would go and sing for the kids at Penhurst while it was in operation, which I just thought was kind of a weird connection because she's like, it was so sad because it was not in good shape when they allowed them in to sing. She said you could tell that these kids were being mistreated and there were people that shouldn't have been there in the first place. Because obviously towards the end of the time of being operational, they were housing people that were criminally insane, that were taking advantage of the fact that they were with mentally challenged behavioral people who had mental behavioral issues. They were preying on them. No. And she said you could tell that was going on. And it was so uncomfortable for them to be there knowing that was happening. And she said when she found out that place was closed, she was happy and it felt good for those people that were finally free of that hell that they were caught in.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what they did when it was operational.
Mm-hmm.
It's overwhelming walking into a place like that now. All these years later.
Yeah,
it's overwhelming.
Oh yeah, you feel it.
I know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why it was such a big deal for me. Because we're going down to this area that, you hear the stories, they tell you the history up front. Okay, see, it's already kind of front loaded in your mind that is definitely a horrible, sad place. But when you get, and you're like, oh, this really sucks. I can't believe people were kept down here. But all of a sudden, bam, you're like slapped in the face and you're crying. Like just horrendously crying, like nasty crying, ugly crying. Because something, you just felt it all of a sudden. You just felt trapped. You felt like you were bound and you had nowhere else to go. Like there was nobody, you just felt helpless. That's a lot different from just knowing that it was a sad place. And being like, oh, that had to suck. You're like actually feeling that you're there in that time being held. And that's what happened to me. And I couldn't shake that feeling. That's something that I held on to for like 2 weeks. And finally, a friend of mine who is a very gifted medium, she does like psychic therapy to help people release like remotely from her location. She lives in Texas. She was able to draw that energy out of me through some sessions online.
Wow.
But I needed her help because I had a horrible dark cloud hanging over me for weeks. I could not snap out of.
Yeah, I could still see almost every step I took in Penhurst in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know exactly where I went. Like I can still. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of the only places that's happened that like I still have it in my memory. The exact. Like I could probably find myself around there. My way around there because like I just still remember every door we went through, every tunnel we went through. The sites.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the minute I stepped into the first building, when we first got there, and the place is a wreck. There was mold everywhere, there's mildew, it was just healthy wise. We should all been wearing masks, and we should have spent limited time in there, but we didn't because we're ghost hunters and we have other things on our mind.
Mhm.
But it's like the minute you step on campus, the minute you're driving back off the road down this half paved, messed up road to get back to these places, and you got to go through these gates, and you don't see any of this huge complex until you're parking at the first building.
Right, you just see trees.
You just see trees, but there's like 30 buildings back there. And you're walking around. They gave us like a daytime tour. We were there 2 nights. First night we went investigated. Second day we met him early after lunch, and he gave us like a walking tour of the whole complex. It was like freaking Jurassic Park. I mean, it was crazy. There's like buildings that were half collapsed, but like nature was taking back over. He like let us look into a couple of the buildings. We weren't allowed in physically all the way because they're so deteriorated. This place was huge. I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah, I went with Aaron Salter. Did you go with Aaron? Because he got us into a couple buildings that we weren't going to be able to get into.
Yeah. He got us down to the tunnels, which weren't allowed at that time. Because there's tunnels that connect all these buildings, too.
Yeah, that's what I remember, the tunnels.
Yeah,
I remember how to get there, like down that basement into that little...
Yeah.
They were storing mulch when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
There was that big pile of mulch. They were storing mulch for people.
Yeah. I mean, they had to... It was property that they couldn't... So most of the buildings were so far gone, even if they tried, there's no way they could have brought them back.
No, they would have to tear them down and start all over.
Yeah. They had no bare bones to start with in the first place.
There's trees growing out of some of them.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Trees growing out of some of the buildings.
It was like Jurassic Park, like in Jurassic Park 3, where they came back and all the buildings were half fallen down and plants were growing all over them. I was waiting to see like a T-Rex or a raptor jump out. I'm like, okay, so we got ghosts and now we're making a living habitat for Bigfoot, But it was just such a crazy place. But I like I said, I have no idea who owns it now. I don't know much about it. I don't know if you could still ghost hunt there.
Yeah, I am glad that I got to go there and see that, because it did make a big impression on me.
Yeah, it was a life. Sasquatch, sorry, a place for Sasquatch. Kathy corrected me so you wouldn't feel uncomfortable.
Thank you. Did you see me squirm? All right, I was like,
yeah, it's like, it's like I said a bad word.
I didn't think Bigfoot would be there.
Right. Language goose.
I'm not going back now.
What do you think, Denise? Do you think there's like one place, like if money wasn't an object, you'd love to go to? Like if I told you, you can go right now, I'll pay for the trip. Where do you want to go?
Say it. You got 10 seconds.
The castles in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Good call.
That's on my bucket list anyways, to go to Ireland. But, I see people posting their investigation pictures there, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like Lemp Castle or whatever it's called.
Yeah. We don't have a long history in America. We're a baby country compared to all these other places. So we're like, we have a building from 1847. Like, here, have this building that's 200 years older than that. It just would be cool to go and see those places.
Right. What about you, Mike?
Buildings from like 1200 or like 5. That like back. Yeah. Like that'd be so great to go there.
Right.
That'd be amazing. Ireland, the motherland. Aliens and anal probes. You're gonna get yourself banned again, there, Tony.
Right? Tony's always like, I don't know how I get banned.
I'm calling Facebook right now. It's me, Tony.
You're calling them?
Yes, I got their number. Yeah, I got their number. They take my calls all the time. Ask Tony. He's always in jail.
You call the what's face for Facebook. Look, it's Heisenberg, man. Tony's at it again.
Santori's out to it again. I just can't take it.
He said anal. Get him off. He said anal and probe in the same sentence. Get him off here, please.
Come on, some of your censorship. I better get Tony.
People are on fast speed dial with what's his face at Facebook. I can't think of the guy's name.
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
The 1-800-GET-TONY hotline.
Now I got a Safe Auto song in my head, man, because that's what I went to. 1-800-GET-TONY.
Darren said it's sad to see a place get that bad. Our renovations at the jail start next fall. Finally, all our work is starting to pay off. Elevators are up and running now since being out of operation since the 60s. Wow.
Elevators.
That's awesome, Darren. Yeah, I didn't know they even had elevators.
Oh.
Sweet, I could be totally lazy. I know.
I just sit in the elevator when it opened. Is anybody in there?
Right.
I'll catch you on the next floor.
Like during the public hunt when I first went to Mansfield, I didn't realize they had an elevator. And then when we did the private, we used the elevator. Actually, we set up camp right outside in this like cafeteria looking area that had the elevator right there. And I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Like, it doesn't help you when you go on the cell block, but you could take it up. You can take it up to a floor that's level with one of the cell blocks. You can walk right onto the cell block. And it's like, what the hell? That would have been so nice to know last time. Of course, there was a bat that was hanging out in the elevator.
Oh, no.
So, like, when you open it up, it was like, beep, like flying all around. So, first couple times we were a little, and you couldn't get it out. Like, it would not fly out. It just hung there and just like flap its wings and you walk in.
I'd be like, I'm watching.
Maybe he was like, right. Well, he's the elevator operator. He had a job. 4th floor solitary and lingerie.
Housewares.
Housewares. 4th floor housewares.
Poor Darren is just talking. He's excited about the things they're doing, and now we're like 4th floor housewares. Like we're way up there.
Sorry, Darren. Awesome. We're super excited too. I cannot wait to get back to the old jail.
Yeah, Darren, we're idiots. Sorry.
I'm gonna talk to Terry. Maybe we can do a show from there.
That'd be cool.
Nice. It goes to all 4 floors. That's awesome because now, like, people with handicaps can actually enjoy the building too. That's the one thing that's like so hard about these buildings too, because I know there's people confined to wheelchairs that would love to visit them, and it's just hard for them to do that.
Could you imagine getting stuck in a haunted elevator?
Dude, I flip out at the thought of getting stuck in a regular elevator.
I know, man. Every time I get in the elevator, I get like, all right, if I have to, where am I going to use the restroom? And where?
Oh, my God.
Hey, I'm prepared.
Do I have snacks and a water bottle in my purse just in case I'm stuck here for the night? Yeah.
When I went to Ohio Wesleyan, the music building, the Sanford Music Hall, was where I spent most of my time. For one semester in college, I was a music major, and this building, first of all, was like this building was kind of like off campus a little bit, so it was like a long walk to get there, and it was like this old building, and like when I started ghost hunting, like I remember experiencing weird things in the middle of the night when I was trying to like practice for like our jury recitals, like our finals, like how we got graded at the end of the semester. And just like knowing that I'm the only one in that practice room on that floor at that time and hearing like music coming from another room, just weird stuff like that. When I became a ghost hunter, like seeing that people actually used to go ghost hunt there, I was like, holy shit. But that elevator, I swear to God, it was haunted because it would just stop at random floors.
Yeah.
Like you'd push 3rd floor, it would go to the 4th floor, stop, open up. You'd think, okay, somebody pushed down before I pushed whatever. It didn't make any sense. But there'd be nobody there. And I literally, I push close. It'd take me to the 2nd floor. I'm like, no, I need to go to the 3rd floor. Like everybody starts yelling at the elevator because it does not listen to you. It just take you to random places where you don't want to go.
Well, it's not going to listen to it if you yell at it.
I know, right? It's like it was crazy shit. But that building and haunted elevators. It reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like the ghost at Madison would really fuck with the elevator, and it would be it would be bad.
Mm-hmm. I believe they would.
Yeah. Anything electrical doesn't do well there.
Right.
I really like to mess with it.
Laura, ground us.
Who said it? Who was grounded? I'm sorry, Laura. I'm not.
Oh, she's talking about Kathy, I think.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. 2021 just left off where started off right where 2020 left off. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm trying to be as positive as hell, though. I am really trying to be. I figure after I get through this COVID thing, I will actually be somewhat
midnight.
Yeah. Oh, it's 2021. New start. Nah, not really.
I didn't even wait for 2021 to come in. I was like, you know what? It's going to be the same. That's what the best.
Right.
We're lost too, Laura. That's the basis of our whole show.
Yeah. Welcome to the second half.
We've not done that. I can't believe there's only like 10 minutes left. 12, 13 minutes. It's been a fast show. We still have 9 people on too, so that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Subtract the 3 of us, there's 6. Oh, we just lost one. Never mind.
There we go. They're like, you got 5.
So if you guys have any more questions for us, not that we've been listening to you too great tonight, but we've been trying to
we've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. But Darren's telling us about, this wonderful thing that's happening in the old mill. And we're talking about haunted elevators. But Darren, we're super psyched for Old Mill. Nothing but love for you guys and all the work. I know how much work you guys put into that place. And it shows every time I go there. Hopefully we'll get back there. I want to get back there this year for sure.
I've never been there either. No.
Old Licking County Jail?
Oh wait, I've been there.
What were you thinking I was talking about?
I thought you said Old Mill.
No, I'm sorry. No, I meant Old Licking County Jail. I'm sorry, Darren. Old Mill is up in Michigan. That's a cool place too. That'd be a cool place to go. All right.
I do want to get back to Old Licking County Jail though. That's always on my top of my ones to go.
I've never even been there.
Denise is like, I just want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
She's ready to just go and yeah.
You can come along, Denise, whenever we go someplace. We don't care.
I told her that.
Yeah.
I told her that.
Yeah, we don't give a shit, man.
I'm like, she can be an associate member of our team. That's pretty much how we roll. If we don't have enough team members to be able to afford a place, we always invite other people. But as long as there's like no head count limit or something, we're always inviting people. We're always down for people to come join us.
Yeah, because it's not because it's just a fun thing to do, man. Especially I say, we don't invite people to go on residentials. We don't really do that many residentials, but
I
mean, when you're going to, it's like, let's hang out.
Right.
So you could come on whenever you want, Denise.
And I think it's always kind of funny the way people are like, some teams are so weird about working with people outside of their group.
Right.
We don't give a fuck.
Oh, you're just using us to try to get into a location. I'm like, I'm paying my own way. I'm not like trying to get in there for free.
We're using you to go down our cost.
Yeah, right. I mean, just because we said you could come, Denise, doesn't mean that you're going for free. No,
I know. No, I feel like it's good to bring other people, get other people's perspectives, look at how different people, investigate. Sure. Everybody investigates so differently from each other. So it's good to get a different perspective.
You guys think Lake Erie and the islands are haunted?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There was actually a lot of battles that went on, on the shores and on the islands.
I
We
swear
were
I saw a ghost ship once.
that happens. Yeah.
Yep.
We were
She
in
just got
Put
the invite.
Bay. Yes. We took the kids to Put in Bay, and there was a reenactor from one of the wars that took place on Put in Bay. My
Oh,
kids
yeah?
were so I was like, okay, well, this will be cool. They can watch this, you know. And the guy starts talking about his, whatever it's called, the bayonet at the end of his gun. And he
Yeah.
said, it's made so that you can jab it into your enemy and it's not going to come out, and you twist it and rupture the organs. And I'm like, oh my God, what are my children watching right now?
Oh my God.
I thought it was going to be like a history lesson. It was like how to brutally murder somebody. It was. Oh God!
Yep.
But of course, we loved it. It's like
That's Northwest Ohio for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
A friend of ours, William Krejci, who actually used to be like the caretaker and lived on site and wrote a book about Franklin Castle in Cleveland. He actually does a big ghost tour up in Put in Bay. Like he wrote a book about haunted Put in Bay. Like, so he knows all the stories and stuff, but he does it pretty well known, and a lot of people go to be a part of this tour. But I mean, obviously with the curfew and everything as of late, and then obviously it's an island and it's winter, so I don't think there's a whole lot going on there right now. But I know I saw a lot of articles, and he used to share it all the time that they used to do really well. So yeah, I definitely think there's a lot. I mean, they're old mining towns and islands, and just a lot of, like you said, Civil War battles and battles and just everything. I mean, there's so much history in Ohio.
Laura, are you talking about the lighthouse, like the boat lighthouse, or the Marblehead lighthouse? I'd like a piece of both, actually.
You know what? I feel like lighthouses are probably just always haunted in general, because if you think about the way that they were run, those people who lived there, like that guy, that was his entire life, was that lighthouse.
Yep.
You know, every minute of every single day was devoted to that lighthouse. So I feel like when they pass away, even if they don't die at the lighthouse, they probably go back there to take care of it. You know, I feel like those are just one of those places that spirits would stick to, because they don't know any other way. That's their life.
Could you imagine the ones that like you have to row the boat out to, and you're just out there by yourself for like weeks, months?
Yeah.
That would just be crazy.
And that was just every day. That was that was their everything. So
time to put the oil in the light. Time to make sure the foghorn's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, though. I always say that'd be pretty cool, but I bet you it drives you crazy. Like you know, the ones that you have to roll, you're out there for months by yourself. Like you go to Marblehead, that's right on the Maine coast. You could walk anywhere you need to go, you know. But
right.
The ones you have to go out by boat, that's the scary one. I think it'd be cool for a little bit, but not months.
And then, like, what if something happens to you?
I think I saw something. It was either on Lake Michigan or Lake Superior, where like they went out to that lighthouse and the guy was gone. I think they found his body. They didn't know if he died of natural causes and fell or if he killed himself.
Oh my God!
I think it was Michigan. Wow. One in Michigan, I think.
I don't know.
Hey, you want to sleep over at Alcatraz, Denise?
What? That is on my bucket list already. Yeah, my sister lives in California now.
Oh wow, awesome!
That's nice.
I will totally sleep over at Alcatraz. I need to get out there. What? Where's that at? Triley.
I don't know. The lake's a dangerous place, especially in the wintertime when people think it's frozen over.
Yeah.
You know, and they go out there. I've seen growing up in Port Clinton, I can't tell you how many times I've heard stories of people losing their cars, their trucks, everything out there because they think it's frozen. All of a sudden, their truck breaks away.
Oh wow!
Right?
So like I can't like the wintertime. You always knew in spring bodies were gonna wash up. I knew it like it was right outside the Burger King, basically where the current took them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
Burger King and a hotel right next to it, I
think. Yeah.
No, one thing I'd love to do, and I want to get to Conneaut and spend the night. I want to spend the night in a haunted hotel.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like when it's like when Conneaut is off season.
Yeah.
And you can spend the night as a ghost investigator and have the whole place to yourself.
That'd be awesome.
I just want to do that. I just want to do that so bad.
I am down for that, man.
Same.
Yeah. Somewhere where you have a bed. You can actually like maybe sleep at some point. Well, I know we won't. We'll be investigating all night.
I'll try ways at high school. Yeah, I don't think I'd sleep. If I did, I'd probably like pass out on the floor or something in my recorder.
Yeah. It's like one of the types of. Go ahead.
I just bring an air mattress because I'm not going to sleep in anybody's bed. Like that creeps me out. So I'll just bring an air mattress and sleep on the floor.
Well, I mean, it's an actual operating hotel. Like, it's not like somebody's bed that they haven't.
You bring an air mattress to like the Holiday Inn. If you do, I won't blame you. Actually, nowadays.
Okay. I used to work for Motel 6 doing housekeeping. They don't do much housekeeping.
I bet you saw some great stuff.
And my kind of like the fire was relit because I watched that Netflix documentary on the Cecil Hotel and the Elisa Lam case. The girl. I watched that.
Yeah.
It's actually like a mini series. It was like 3 or 4 episodes. My wife and I watched it all in like one sitting. It was just such an interesting story, but that like got my head rolling again. Like I really just want to spend the night in a haunted hotel. I want to so bad. It's like I've been to jails, I've been to asylums and hospitals, I've been to nursing homes, I've been to all these kinds of different buildings, even just regular historical houses. I've not been to a haunted hotel. And there's just such a different energy, I think, at a hotel. Honestly, if I wasn't afraid for my life, when my wife and I went to Detroit one weekend we went out to see we got tickets to the U2 concert, and we went out to Ford Field to see it there. But we stayed at this old hotel. And when I think of the Cecil, I think of this place that we went to in Detroit. Run down. It had oddly enough, it had some decent reviews online. I think it was called Joe's Riverside something hotel. But I looked up the background on this building. It used to be a pharmaceutical laboratory that they experimented drugs. I don't know what, but it was like a laboratory at one point, but they bought it and turned it into this hotel. It's just weird though, because you go in, like you're trying to find your floor in your room. Everything is all disjointed. You gotta take one elevator up to this floor to walk over to the end of this hallway, take another elevator up. And everything was, it was crazy, dude. Everything is like old and just felt so weird. I'm like, damn it. The one time I don't have like my equipment with me, I would have been up all night, because I was up all night anyways, because I was afraid to go to sleep in this place, because it was pretty nasty. Like the first room they sent us in, they gave us key to this room. We finally get to the room. We open it up. There's people's shit in it, and there's somebody in the shower. So I opened it up and I closed it so quick. My wife's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "There's somebody in this room. They gave us the key to somebody else's room." So we had to walk back and wait another hour for another room to open up. But we walked into that room, and it was like one of those, like you were afraid to walk on the carpet without shoes on.
Oh gosh.
that type of thing. It was just gross. It was old. There were, you're walking down the hall. There's like bugs, dead bugs in the chandeliers and stuff. It was like Hotel from American Horror Story. But I just
Sounds like take
after
an
that,
elevator,
I'm like,
another elevator.
I just having a little bit knowledge of its background though, I was like, I really would have loved to investigate that building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just felt like the energy was there. It would have had something to say. You know what I mean?
You should
But
always bring your equipment.
I should have just brought my EDI device, and I could have used my phone. But they'd probably think I was just another crackhead that didn't belong in the building.
Well, they might have just gave you another room. Maybe that's why they let him shower.
Are you here with me? Are you here with me? Did you die here? Like, oh, we got another one.
Or they'll probably let him go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Knickerbocker Hotel is also close to the Conneaut. That's a cool place. I love that building. It's one of my favorites. The only place this is not really like a hotel you can stay at. Like, you can investigate overnight, but it's not like you can make yourself at home in a room and like investigate the room by yourself and see what happens. You know what I mean? Everything's set up like a room. Everything is really well decorated. That's very well kept. The place is haunted. Hands down.
Hotel.
What's that?
Well, Riders Inn is a bed and breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And they have separate rooms. And then every once in a while they do where they only book to people who are ghost hunting. So that way you don't have to worry about being in like the different parts of the hotel.
Oh, that's cool.
Bed and breakfast while like normal guests are sleeping. So they'll block off where it's just people investigating there. So then everybody will investigate until whenever the fuck they want. And then they go to bed, they're on separate rooms, and then they get breakfast in the morning.
Nice. I'll have to look into that.
Laura mentioned Mohican Castle, man.
Yeah,
I've heard about that too.
I could have stayed there when I was because I was helping out with group homes in Loudonville, and that was one of the places. But I was like, I'll drive back just because I didn't want to stay anyplace else. But now I'm like,
you always
why didn't I stay there?
Right? You're always, though, if you have the option of driving back, that's always your choice.
Yes,
I'll drive back.
I like to be in my house.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have done that one.
That's the one that was on Ghost Hunters, right?
I think so. Or it was on some show, but I can't remember.
Yeah. There's also Landal's Castle down there in the same area, I think.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
That's the one that was on Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it not Landal's Mohican Castle?
I think it is.
Shit.
Yes.
You're right, yeah. It's the same place. Never mind.
Well, the whole time that we were watching that episode of Ghost Hunters, because we thought it was supposed to be the magazine. So we watched that, and I'm telling my husband, I know those people. He's like, you don't know those people that own it. I'm like, yes, I do. I didn't figure it out. We actually were next to them at a booth. My friend has a cupcake business.
Mm-hmm.
Her cupcake business booth was right next to the Castle's booth at a wedding thing at the IX Center. So I spent like 3 days talking to these people, but I never we didn't exchange numbers or anything. But they were showing me so many pictures and telling me stories about that place. It was amazing.
I know. I wish I would have stayed there.
Yeah, I can't believe you passed that up, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to get home, man.
Haunted building. I know.
Right?
I know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we actually are past time. We're like 5 minutes past 2 hours. So
like you're still on.
They're not holding anybody up. There's no shows on after us. It's all right though. Cool. But we'll go ahead and end it for the night. I think you guys good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're late anyways.
Yep.
I'm about to pass over. Or pass out, I mean.
Passover. That's not for a couple more ones, right?
I don't know. It was just Fat Tuesday or something, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah. We got a little bit of time, I think.
Anyways, I'm about to pass out. It's time to take cold medicine, go to bed for the good.
There you
go. But we will spook you later, crypto heads. Who we got on next week? We got the Gateway Paranormal guys, right?
We do.
Yes. We got the bros from Gateway Paranormal coming on. Super excited to talk to them again about their last adventure at FCI. Totally cool.
I don't know
and
if
just
we have to talk about the next one. Go figure.
probably not, which is, well, whatever. We'll still get to talk about Fairfield because we haven't talked to him since before that. So
Yeah.
it will be a good one. Thank you everybody for
What's the hilarious?
wishing me well.
Always.
Yeah. But we will spook you later, crypto heads. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye, guys.